Hi everyone, how are you? It's your girl Kiki Natural. So I'm here to do a little cooking video. I don't really know how to cook, that well. Everything I actually learned on YouTube and on, random like vlogs and stuff like that. But whatever, I wanted to show you guys anyway. So I'm making meatloaf, super easy, super simple. I will link everything I'm making in this video. I will link the video that I watched in the description. So I just put some Lowry seasoning, some, what was that, garlic powder, now a little bit of onion powder in here. Even though I did already cut up onions and peppers, I still like to put the actual powder in because it just adds to the flavoring. And I did rinse off the meat already, of course. So yeah, that's what I'm doing here. Here goes the black pepper, gotta put some of that in there. And I got an egg. And I actually cracked the egg separately in a cup just because you never know, it might be some functified egg or something and nobody has time for that. So I cracked it separately, and I also I'm going to be stirring it up a little bit. And then I'm just going to toss in some of these peppers and onions, and I use red onion. Usually I use like a yellow onion or a white onion, but today I wanted to mix it up, so I went ahead and I used red onion. The rest of that I didn't put in the bowl, I'm actually going to be saving for later because I chopped up a little bit too much. And I went rogue a little bit with this recipe, and I'm putting some minced garlic in there as well. So I did two rogue things. I put in the red onion and the minced garlic. Go ahead and mix it all up. Use your hands. Get in there. Incorporate everything as good as you can. Okay, so I finished mixing everything up, and I have here a pan that I put aluminum. Oh wait, no, I wasn't finished. I forgot to get breadcrumbs. Embarrassing. So I had to improvise. I was like, wait, breadcrumbs comes from bread, right? So I'm like, I can just have some bread in the fridge. So I'm just going to put some pieces of bread in there, some slices of bread, right? Same thing, same difference. So yeah, that's just what I did. I just, took two slices of bread and just broke it up a little bit and put it in with the meatloaf, with the meat. So, because you want it to bind up. When you just have the egg is there for it to bind, but it needs to like firm up, because if you just keep the egg in, it's not the business. All right, so I'm going to put it in the pan, and I put aluminum foil down because it just makes for easy cleanup, because when you make like a meatloaf or anything like this, it's gonna have like a lot of juices and stuff like that. So this just makes cleaning up 100% easy. All you have to do is throw away the aluminum foil, and obviously you still clean the pan, but you're not there scrubbing and breaking your fingers and everything else. So I'm just patting it into this pan here, trying to do some sort of a shape or something. I actually think next time, I say this every single time I make meatloaf, but the next time I make this meatloaf, I'm going to use 2 things of the ground beef, because one ain't really doing it. It just makes it like not that much and not really that, like, I don't know, it's just, I think 2 would be a little bit better. So yeah, that's what it's looking like. I put it in the oven, and I put it in the oven on 365. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to make a pie, and the pie crust that I use is actually what's on the back of this Crisco can, and I'm gonna bring it closer to the camera in a second to show you guys. But yeah, that's the pie crust that I use. It's really good, tastes delicious. You'll love it. So yeah, here go the good old Crisco. And y'all probably can't see it actually, but it says 2 cups of flour, 3/4 of a cup of the Crisco, and then you're gonna do like 4 to 8 um 4 to 8, what was it, tablespoons of water. And it says ice cold water, but I didn't have all that. Okay, I actually use bottles water. But yeah, I just use the water. And when I made it the last time, it took 8 tablespoons. This time it only took 6. Sorry you guys can't see into the bowl. But y'all do see that I'm pouring this stuff in the bowl, but I know you can't see, like, you can't really see it. Next time I will try to get my camera situation together, because I did not even know that the camera wasn't putting in the bowl. Okay, so you basically want to just mix it up and really incorporate the shortening into the flour. Oh, I think it also called for salt. I think it was 1 teaspoon of salt too. I forgot to say that. Sorry about that. But I'll put in the description the actual recipe for it. But if you guys get the Crisco, it's going to be on the back. So yeah, this is what it's supposed to look like. Something like this. Yeah. Kind of like a pea size amount. Some parts weren't really pea size, but I was trying. Alright, so I have some parchment paper laid down with a little bit of flour, and I'm pouring the mixture onto that so that I can knead it. And when I say knead, I'm doing like those like air quotes, okay? Because I'm learning how to knead. I'm not the best at kneading. It's an art. I have watched so many YouTube videos, and I have made so many like pizzas and things, and it's just like, oh my goodness. I don't have anybody like standing next to me telling me how to do it, so I have to like refer to YouTube videos and all this kind of stuff. But it looks a little funky the way I'm doing it, but trust me, it came out like how it's supposed to. This recipe actually calls for 2 pie crusts. So I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to cut it in half so that it's 2 of them. And I actually save one for later because I'm making apple pie. So the apple pie that I'm making, I don't need to do like the bottom crust and the top crust. It's just really just the bottom crust. So I'm gonna save the other one for another day. Okay, so here is the recipe. So if you guys want to pause the video and write it down, then you can. But just know I'm also going to link the video where I got this recipe. So do whatever you want, but that's the recipe. And it calls for small, like bite-size pieces of apple, which I like much better than those long strips of apples. I just think it tastes better. So that's what I'm doing, cutting up small. Okay, and here's how my pie look. Okay, y'all, you don't have to say nothing, okay? I know that my rolling skills need a little bit of help. So it didn't really, it's not like, the 70-year-old grandmother who makes her pie and makes it perfect. Okay, I'm learning. And every time I make this, I'm always like, you know what? I need to do more apples. But I just stuck with the recipe and I did 2 cups of apples. But next time, I'm definitely going to do like 3 or 4 cups of apples just because I like it and it tastes good. And I would just like to double that part of the recipe with the apples. And also, there's like a sauce glaze sort of situation. I don't know a technical term for it, but I'm going to pour that on top of these apples. All right, here it is. Almost looks like some sort of caramel glaze thing or something, but it doesn't have caramel in it, but that's just what it's reminding me of. All right, so I'm just smoothing that out, and this is gonna go in the oven 350 for 30 to 35 minutes, or like whenever the crust is like a golden, then that's when you take it out. Okay, so the meatloaf is done. I don't know, did I tell you that you cook it in the oven for an hour? And you see, it's not really that much. So I definitely got to do maybe like, a second one, like do 2 of them or put 2 ground beefs together. It is actually nice and thick, but you can't really tell here the way it is. But I need more. So I'm putting ketchup on it. I didn't forget to put the ketchup. I just waited to the end, and then I'm going to pop it back in the oven for a little bit. Okay, so here it is all plated up. I served it with mashed potatoes and some green beans. Okay, so here's the pie and the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching.